Have you ever had a bad night's sleep? Maybe you tossed and turned, or could not get comfortable. Now imagine trying to sleep while floating in the middle of the ocean. Sounds impossible, right? But millions of animals do exactly that, every single day. So how do they do it? How do animals sleep underwater? Let's find out. First, what is sleep? Before we talk about animals, let's understand sleep itself. Sleep is not just closing your eyes and resting. Your brain goes through different stages during sleep. The two main types are REM sleep and non-REM sleep. Non-REM sleep is the deep, quiet rest your brain needs to recover. REM sleep is when your eyes move fast under your eyelids. This is when you dream. Both types are important. Without them, humans and animals can get very sick, lose memory, and even die. Now the big question is, how do underwater animals get this sleep when they need to breathe, avoid predators, and keep moving all at the same time? Let's start with dolphins and whales. These animals are called cetaceans. They breathe air, just like us. So sleeping underwater is a real problem for them. Seals spend months at sea before returning to land. When they are on land, they sleep just like we do, with full REM and non-REM cycles. But when they are in the ocean, they switch to the half-brain method, just like dolphins. Seals have a special trick. They use their flippers to keep their head above the water while the rest of their body floats below. This way they can breathe easily while sleeping. Scientists figured all this out using a clever tool, a neoprene head cap with electrodes fitted on the seals. When the seals returned from months at sea, the scientists collected the caps and read the brain activity data. What a way to study sleep. Walruses are even more interesting. They have air pouches in their neck that act like water wings. These pouches keep them floating while they sleep at sea. They can also hook their giant tusks onto ice to hold themselves in place. Since walruses are so big and tough, predators do not usually bother them, so they can sleep quite peacefully. Fish sleep differently from mammals. Many fish sleep in short bursts, just a few seconds or minutes at a time, adding up to several hours through the night. Since fish do not have eyelids, they cannot close their eyes. But when they sleep, their eyes stop tracking movement and their response to things around them slows down. One well-studied fish is the zebrafish. Scientists put these tiny fish inside a jelly-like material that held them still and then scanned their entire body. The fish were also genetically changed so their brain cells glow when active. This way scientists could watch the brain light up during different sleep stages, like a tiny glowing map of sleep. Some fish hide in rocks or coral to sleep safely. Others rest near the bottom of the water. A few float with their head pointing down. The most creative sleeper. The parrotfish. Every night, it wraps itself in a cocoon made of its own mucus, a slimy sleeping bag. This slime takes about 30 minutes to build but protects the fish from parasites and stops predators from smelling it. No predator wants a mouthful of slime. Sharks are one of the biggest mysteries in ocean biology when it comes to sleep. Some sharks must keep swimming at all times to push water over their gills so they can breathe. So how do they rest? Honestly, scientists are still not sure. Some sharks seem to slow down during parts of the day. Others show almost no change in activity at all. A few species might be able to use ocean currents to keep water flowing over their gills while they rest, allowing their body to stay still. It is possible that sharks can rest parts of their brain at a time, similar to dolphins, but there is no firm proof yet. This remains one of the most exciting open questions in marine science. Now here is something truly wonderful. Octopuses sleep, and they might even dream. When an octopus enters its version of REM sleep, something magical happens. Its skin flashes and shifts with patterns and colors, rippling waves of light and dark, spots and stripes changing rapidly. Its eyes also move quickly, just like ours do during dreams. Some scientists believe the octopus is replaying memories, perhaps of hunting or escaping a predator. It is like watching a dream play out on its skin, visible for all to see. Even though octopuses and humans share a common ancestor from hundreds of millions of years ago, both evolved their own version of dreaming, completely separately, because rest and dreams are simply that important for survival. If all of the above surprised you, this will blow your mind. Jellyfish sleep too, and they do not even have a brain. Jellyfish only have a simple nerve net, not a real brain. But they still enter a rest state that scientists now classify as sleep. When jellyfish are kept awake and not allowed to rest, they become slower and less responsive the next day, exactly like a person who stayed up too late. This discovery is one of the most important in sleep science. It tells us that sleep is so essential to life that it existed even before brains were invented by nature. Sleep came first. Brains came later. From dolphins sleeping with one eye open, to parrotfish tucked in slimy sleeping bags, to jellyfish resting without any brain at all, the ocean is full of sleeping wonders. Sleep is not a luxury. It is a necessity so deep and so old that even the simplest creatures cannot live without it. The next time you pull your blanket up and close your eyes, remember. Somewhere far out in the dark ocean, a sperm whale is floating upright, a parrotfish is building its slimy bed, and an octopus is dreaming in color. Sweet dreams.